As we observe our Corona tale of the tape, Corona who invites you to find your beach. 2 years older is Diego Chaves over Jamal James, but standing out the numbers, the height, and the reach advantage squarely in the favor of the Minnesota native. Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Pioneer Event Center in Lancaster, California, Premier Boxing Champions now features 10 rounds in the welterweight division. The three judges ringside are Rudy Paragan, Fernando Villarreal, and Zachary Young. And the referee in charge when the bell sounds, Tom Taylor. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes in wearing the black with the gold. His professional record stands at 21 victories, 9 of those coming by way of knockout against one blemish. Fighting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jamal Shango James. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He comes in wearing the blue trunks trimmed with the green. As a professional, his record includes 26 wins, 22 of those coming by way of knockout against 2 losses and 1 draw. Fighting out of San Miguel, Argentina. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, presentando Diego La Olla Chaves.
Boxer chief second. Boxer chief second. Belt line is good here. Belt line is good here, guys. I gave your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corners.
Our co-main event, Diego Chaves, who has been in there with the likes of Tim Bradley, Brandon Rios. He has won 3 straight, all by stoppage. He's hoping to continue in his winning ways against Jamal James from Minnesota. Jamal James very proud of being from Minnesota. He is hoping to bring back some pride to that area. Caleb Truax certainly did that as he captured the super middleweight crown by going over to England and beating James DeGale. Jamal James hoping to follow along that same path.
Yeah, they're really trying to take home that pride home and really bring up boxing a lot more there, you know, especially for the amateurs. They're trying to shed a light on them to show them that it could be done.
Diego Chaves says that he is very familiar with and trying to make Argentina proud. His handlers were those that handled Marcos Maidana. And Maidana now retired, enjoying his life, and Chaves is hoping to be in the same position down the line.
Yes, he's working very well, you know, putting that pressure coming in, you know, working on that jab, getting his rhythm going.
2 left hooks that start off for Diego Chaves. Jamal James having coming off a win over Jojo Dan. That was back on July 15th here on FS1. That was following your fight against Omar Figueroa Jr.
Yes, he had a good win. You know, leading him into this fight, you know, brings that confidence up. To fight a guy like Chaves, you know, who's been in with Bradley.
Brandon Rios,
especially a guy like Rios who's tough, you know, coming in, putting a lot of pressure.
Well, Diego Chaves said he felt he was robbed and just not taken care of by that disqualification loss at the hands of Brandon Rios. That was over 3 years ago, and a split decision loss against Tim Bradley. So his resume is certainly nothing to frown upon. And a right hand on the body of
stop.
Jamal
No punch.
James.
No punch. Stay off top of that head. Keep the head up, all right?
Yeah, it looks like Jamal James still trying to fill him out, boxing, staying cautious, keeping his distance.
Jamal James, very tall, but uses his jab very well. Exchange. And Jamal James placing right hand on the left side of the body of Chaves.
Yeah, Jamal James is using that reach very well. Just like that, keeping those punches long. You know, knowing that Chaves is a shorter fighter, he's trying to get in on the inside and land those overhands. Keeping him on the outside behind that jab.
And Chaves targeting the body of Jamal James, and that could be a case where he's looking to take away the mobility of the taller fighter.
Yeah, also too, Jamal James is doing a great job of circling. You know, behind that jab and moving.
Straight back.
You know, when you're a stationary target, it just moves forward and backward. You know, it's easy to get hit.
Jamal James, Diego Chaves, the opening round here in the welterweight division. This is our co-main event as Chaves steps up and we conclude the first round. And speaking of 147, Lamont Peterson is hoping to dethrone Errol Spence Jr. on January 20th from Barclays Center in Brooklyn. For more on that matchup, here's Jordan Hardy.
Thank you, Ray. I had the chance to speak with Lamont Peterson on his upcoming fight with Errol Spence Jr. And he said that training camp's going great. He's excited to be headed back to the Barclays Center. Plus, it's just a train ride up from his home city of Washington, D.C. This will be his second fight at 147. He said he was at 140 for 13, 14 years, and it just got to the point where making weight was too difficult, so he had to move up. He said he felt so much stronger in his first fight at 147 back in February. And he said not only did his power transcend with the move up in weight, but it increased. He also added that he doesn't get caught up in the hype of Errol Spence, that he's just focused on what he has to do and becoming a two-division world champion on January 20th. Ray, back to you.
Thank you very much. And Lamont Peterson is never an easy task for anybody. And Errol Spence Jr. will certainly have his hands full. Diego Chaves had his hands full with Keith Thurman over 4 years ago. He lost by way of knockout, but Chaves felt he was performing well in the fight and wants a rematch against Thurman. Well, add Chaves to the long list of guys that want to be in there with Thurman.
Oh, yeah. You know, guys get caught by Thurman, you know, they go down, but he was doing actually well during the fight. You know, he was landing punches, combinations in there.
Let him go. Let him stop.
But you know, like you said, Ray, everybody's lining up to fight Thurman. You know, he's the top of the division, and that's where everybody wants to be.
Sean Porter's clamoring for a rematch. Errol Spence stated that he wants to fight Thurman if he's able to get past Lamont Peterson. I believe Jesse Vargas also stated and alluded to that as well. Vargas coming up in our main event, coming in close distance. Couple left hooks there by Diego Chaves. Chaves picking up the pace, but back comes Jamal James. And what Jamal James, he boxes very well, but also he likes to mix it up on the inside.
Yeah, he does. He likes to mix it up on the inside. And, you know, if he stays long, he does very well. I noticed when he throws his punches, he falls in, and that's where Chaves is able to land some shots.
Using his jab to back up Diego Chaves is Jamal James. Just over a minute 10 has elapsed here in the second.
What kind of it, guys?
And James, when we asked him about what happened in the fight with Jojo Den, he won by unanimous decision, but the fight was closer. He said he sprained his ankle, and he realized, well, I guess I got to fight and stand in the pocket a little bit more than what I would like.
Yeah, he said he couldn't really put a lot of pressure on it. He couldn't dance around, he couldn't move, couldn't hit the angles, and he had to stand right there.
He told us, I want to take it one step at a time, and hopefully it's on the climb. He's a wordsmith because he's also a musician. We will dive into that later on in the fight, but he's quite eloquent with his words, is Jamal James.
Oh, yeah. Working that jab very well right now.
And he's eloquent with his boxing as he just landed a straight right hand on the side of the head of Diego Chaves.
Yeah, anytime he uses that long jab, you know, he doubles it up. Makes it tough for Chaves to get in.
A big right hand backing up Diego Chaves.
All right, stop, no punch.
Even though Jamal James only has a 41% knockout percentage, he does have power to keep you at bay.
Oh, yeah. You know, especially against those long, lanky arms, you know, you could get leverage off that. You know, especially catching somebody coming in. A lot of people try, because of how tall James is, you know, they try to force their way in under that jab, and that's where they run right into a shot.
Well, Chaves has run into a couple of straight right hands here in this first two rounds, but Chaves goes to the body momentarily as James going backwards.
Yeah, that was a nice body shot.
Final 10 seconds of the second round between Diego Chaves and Jamal James here in Southern California for PBC on FS1. More action is on the way. Welcome back to PBC on FS1 for more on the diversity of Jamal James. Here's Jordan Hardy.
Thank you, Ray. Jamal James isn't just talented in boxing, but also in the recording studio. Jamal has music in his blood. His grandfather was in a calypso reggae band. His father owns a music production company, and his brothers produce music. Jamal likes to write rap lyrics, and I actually listened to one of his songs yesterday at the weigh-in, and it was pretty good. He said music is just that balance for him. He's serious and mean in the boxing ring, but when it comes to music, he said he can just chill out and let the tension go. Ray?
Thank you very much, Jordan. And certainly a unique personality is Jamal James, but he's very proud of being from Minnesota and works with at-risk youth in the boxing gym where he trains at.
Yes. You know, he works with the kids a lot, helps them out. these type of fights right here, you know, fighting on TV is what inspires them also, and that's what he's doing, is trying to inspire all the youth out there in his city of Minnesota.
And Jamal James, only 29 years of age, backs up Diego Chaves again with a straight right hand. And now Chaves leaping in with some left hooks. We've seen Chaves leave his feet to try to connect with those left hooks.
Yeah, it's almost like he's floating with both feet off the ground to get those left hooks in, and then that overhand right. You know, that he's having trouble getting past that long jab of James.
Diego Chaves, trained by his brother Ismael. It is a family of fighters. An overhand right that was partially blocked by Jamal James. Chaves said he's been at weight for 2 weeks. He feels very strong and relaxed. This is only his 5th fight here in the United States, but said that the bigger fights against the likes of the Keith Thurmans, the Brandon Rios, and the Tim Bradleys have gotten him ready for this portion of his career.
Yes, working hard, you know, fighting the tougher fighters, you know, it preps you out. You know, if you can get through it and you keep working, it gets you through the day, so.
80 seconds left in the 3rd as Chaves bent over for a split second, and Jamal James took advantage of that.
Yeah, he threw a little flurry right to the head. Kind of looked like a Sugar Ray Leonard flurry almost.
Well, it can make an indelible impact on the judge's big right hand that backs up Chaves. I don't know if Chaves is playing possum or if he's really hurt, but Jamal James is going on the attack, and down he goes! Down goes Diego Chaves! This could be it!
6, 7, 8, 9.
A paralyzing shot, and Jamal James gets a knockout over Diego Chaves. That, without question, is the most impressive victory in the career of Jamal James.
That was beautiful. He set everything up with the jab, that long jab. I didn't even see the punch he landed. I mean, it was
a body shot.
Pretty sneaky. I don't know if it was a body shot. Might have broke a rib. Who knows?
Diego Chaves, he was writhing on the canvas. Couple of right hands, as we saw. And there was that left hook. It was that left hook that sent him to the canvas. It was a paralyzing left hook at close distance.
Yep, right there, a nice little tight one. Came from up top and brought it downstairs. There it was right there.
It is a perfectly placed shot by Jamal Shango James. What a performance from the 29-year-old out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. You know that Minnesota is absolutely delighted with what they are seeing out of their hometown man. Welcome back to PBC on FS1. What a week for Minnesota. First last week, Caleb Truax becoming the super middleweight champion, and now Jamal James stopping Diego Chaves. Let's take a look at what happened, Robert.
Yeah, he threw that beautiful jab. I think that jab's what set it up. And then he came downstairs and landed that body shot. Beautiful. Right there. There it was.
Well,
right on the button.
It seemed like Chaves was trying to recover after a couple of right hands as he bent over, and then James with a perfectly placed left hook.
I think the jab caught him right in the eyeball. Because if you look back, he got caught with the jab, and then he walked back to the corner and just shelled up. And then that's when James was able to set him up and land that body shot right to the floating ribs, and those are nasty.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 2 minutes, 12 seconds of the 3rd round for your winner by knockout, Jamal Shango James.